Hey guys, Stack Attack here, and today we're gonna be looking at this guy called D Vegan. He's on TikTok. Yeah, he's this guy from Sweden. Uh, he made fun of 9/11. We'll get into that later. Let's take a look at some of his TikToks.
You know what's funny? When people say they could never be vegan because it sounds so miserable, it's like,
It is miserable. That's why I'm not vegan.
there's so much you can't eat. Like, I can understand vegetarian, but vegan? What can you eat?
Honestly, vegetarianism also sounds kind of miserable.
It's ironic because if you ask a meat eater what they can eat if they remove the flesh of animals and the things that come out of animals, what are the things they can think of? Grass, leaves, and salad.
That's what you eat. That's literally what you eat. We know you don't eat grass because you don't touch it.
Those are the only three things that an animal abuser can think of if you remove animal products.
Meat is the best. Yes, it is.
So if anything, the animal abusers are the one with an extremely limited diet. Because you have
No, you're the one with a limited diet, bro. How the hell is eating meat a limited diet? This guy is actually so stupid.
And can you guess what those soybeans are used for? They're used as food for the animals within animal agriculture.
Well,
They're used.
86% of the stuff they grow to feed the animals isn't even edible for humans. So I never understood that argument. Oh, they grow the crops and they feed it to the animals and you kill. Yeah, don't care.
Excuse me, miss. What's your name?
Hey, this guy's actually outside for once.
There we go. I fixed it.
You're being naive, Nancy.
Yeah.
And yet we continue to.
What is in all of that, fake meat, the fake patties? It's pumped with chemicals.
Full of chemicals? Oh my god, that's so dangerous. You know what else is filled with chemicals? Water. Water is literally a chemical.
Yeah, but the fake meats, they're harmful chemicals. Water is not a harmful chemical.
Vegans throw around the word chemicals all the time as if it's like, oh my god, chemicals. Like, what the fuck? Don't you drink water? Just because it's a chemical doesn't mean it's automatically harmful. And secondly, veganism is not about health. Veganism is about ethics. We are against.
You have no ethics. You literally made fun of 9/11.
It's quite hilarious how much humans love to victimize themselves. They're like, oh my god, this is guilt tripping. You're making me feel guilty about the cruel choices I'm making. Well, good. I want you to feel guilty about it. Everyone who makes evil and cruel choices should feel guilty about it.
You should feel guilty about supporting 9/11.
Because if you feel guilty about your choice to be evil and cruel, that gives you some motivation to stop making that choice. Like, that's the entire point. Of course I want you to feel guilty about it. I want you to feel as guilty as possible because what you're choosing to do is absolutely horrible. And it's quite hilarious that whenever you bring up veganism, everyone is like, oh, but if wild animals do it, why shouldn't we? First of all, because we don't need to. Second of all, because wild animals are not the perfect moral role models. Wild animals rape each other, they eat each other's babies, they bite each other's head off, they do a lot of horrible shit to each other. But we are not them. We can make our own choices.
I'm still not going vegan.
We kill animals because it's necessary. Necessary for what reason? It's necessary for you to enjoy the taste of their murdered bodies, but it's not necessary.
I'm eating cheesy goldfish right now.
For you to live and thrive. Have you been living under a rock lately? Did you miss the whole...
Have you? You probably have. You literally... Did you ever leave your house?
You know, the biggest...
This guy looks like he hasn't left his house in days.
Organization of nutrition professionals in the entire world, stating that a properly planned vegan diet is appropriate for all stages.
It is a massively underrated ability that humans have.
The ability to respect non-human animals instead of torturing and murdering them because you want to use them as food clones. It's always very funny to me when someone from the LGBTQ community advocates in favor of enslaving rape. The reason
I'm gonna find it.
non-vegans be like,
There was one TikTok where he said he wanted all humans to die. I'm trying to find that.
I think it is.
Where is it? I actually want to see this. Vegans, not vegan cat food. Is this vegan? Okay, I think he's trying to say you should make your cat vegan, even though cats are literally carnivores.
if you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Visit the link in my bio to learn more.
Yeah, shut up. Literally nobody likes you.
I picked up all of this plastic on my way home from work, and I can guarantee.
Being vegan as a job?
Human being.
This right here.
Animal abusers. Let's do this.
There's some hardcore equestrian logic. They're like, it's abusive to not ride horses because when I'm not riding them, I just keep them locked up in this little box where they can barely move around. I basically treat them like a car. I just park them in a garage until I'm going to use them again. And the only time they get to move around and exercise is when I'm sitting on their back with a metal rod in their mouth. But I'm doing this for them. I'm doing this.
It's actually like being rented. I could look it up right now. Yes. Right here. Do horses like being rented? Yes.
This so they can be healthy and happy. That's why
The
I
whole
lock
argument is bullshit. And I just looked it up.
them up in a box where they can't move around whenever I'm not using them. Because that makes them healthy and happy. Like, can you honestly not see the problem with it? You are literally treating them like a slave. They have no freedom whatsoever. You keep them locked up in a box. And the only time they get
When I was debating Gemma, she said that having a pet is like a slave. It's like this, he's basically saying the same thing. Like,
to move around is when you are using them. That is slavery. That
no,
is
it's not. Shut up.
very abusive. You are literally treating them as if they are a vehicle, which only exists.
I literally argued with this guy on Discord. I could debate it on my channel if you guys want to see that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna debate this guy.
To entertain you. And it is absolutely fucking disgusting. All equestrians are animal abusers.
You're freaking disgusting. Shut up.
How does one murder an animal? Simply by killing them. The same way you murder a human.
You know, Spruce, I'm gonna show you the 9/11 video. See how horrible this guy is. Here it is.
Hello students. Today we're going to be looking at my Instagram account, and specifically an account that
Oh, vegan teacher, this video is not about you.
popped up today that I thought would be interesting for you to know about. So this account is called Deep Vegan. You can see it there, Deep_Vegan. This is a young man and
Let's see his views on 9/11.
he lives in Sweden, but his English is very good. So he writes here, everyone be mourning the victims of 9/11. I'm just over here thinking about all the non-vegan arguments I could use to say it wasn't a bad thing.
Horses, that's all you think about. That's like literally all he thinks about.
It happened. Life is cruel, get over it. People dying is natural. It's the circle of life.
I'm gonna skip ahead
Over
a
the
little
planet makes day. So some in favor of why I should value the lives of people who go about their lives
So,
forcing
yeah,
others to
saying
be
9/11 was good because the people who died ate meat, so they deserve to die.
enslaved, raped, kidnapped, imprisoned, tortured, murdered, just to
As if any vegan lost someone they cared about in that event, then I'm sorry for your loss. But in regards to everyone who died in the event, as long as they are not vegan, I don't see why that is a bad thing.
Yeah, of course you don't. You only care about animals. You don't give a crap about people at all.
You can get triggered by my opinion all you want and go on about how, like, I'm disgusting because
All
I
disgusting.
don't care about human lives. But honestly, try to give me a valid argument other than they're humans, because that isn't an argument. My reason for not valuing the lives of humans is based on logic. I used to care about
Because you're a psychopath.
humans before I went vegan, but then I went vegan, and after a while I realized what egocentric pieces of shit most humans are, which is why I stopped valuing them.
That's what you are.
And since I don't care about horrible people who don't think animals deserve respect,
Yeah, I'm gonna debate this guy on my channel.
Nazis, homophobes,
Nazis? What the hell is wrong with you?
sexists, all the horrible people in this world who just force suffering and death upon others because they want to, because they believe themselves to be superior. That is why I don't value the lives of humans anymore, because most humans are like that. They were born, they do. It's either that or the fact that they are sentient beings. But if that is your argument, then you have to value all sentient beings. Hitler, Nazis,
Honestly,
literally
this
every...
guy probably literally went to the 9/11 memorial in New York and literally just took a piss on the memorial.
everyone included. And if that is how you feel, then that's fine. Like, you can be logically consistent with that belief. People who don't born with a brain that works differently from yours. Like, I can't choose how I feel. I can only choose how I act. It's the same for all of us. So all that really matters is whether or not I treat others with respect or not.
Yeah, which you don't. You literally bully kids on Discord. This guy is literally a Discord moderator.
Which is exactly what I'm advocating for when I speak up for animal rights. I am telling people that they should treat others with respect. I am not telling people
You're such a hypocrite.
how they should feel. I'm not telling people, like, a human person that functions differently
There's
from
no way in hell that vegan teacher supports this guy.
yours, even though I can do nothing about it. Spoiler alert, I don't care.
He says, or somebody writes, you're taking the piss, people died, and you think families were too. They were part of families too. Do you mourn those death living victims? Count.
Yeah, he just argues with people on Instagram. That's all he does. This guy's just a big troll. So anyway, I'm going to actually end it here. So remember to leave a like and subscribe for more content.